morning. Another chilly morning here in upstate New York. So a video ago or two, we quoted, or we came and looked at this building to quote. So here we are. We're gonna be knocking some of this low stuff down with a pressure washer. Got some algae, some moss growing on these steps. You only want this side. Do this here too. All the brick up there is relatively clean. We'll hit that with a little SH. We'll come down this trim with some SH, the vinyl with the SH. All through here. Pressure wash down here. Lighten up those boards a little bit. Everything up top will be SH. Come down through here, the pressure washer, clean this all up a little bit. And that's going to be it. We're not going around the building here. We're not doing anything over this side. We got our water line hooked to the truck here. There's no external water sources at this place, so we're using the hookups, the cold water hookups for the wash and dryer. So that should be topping off our buffer tanks right now, and then we'll use our splitter and we'll redirect the water to our pressure washer once our tanks are topped. We'll start. We'll check our fuel on our pressure washer. We'll get our hose flaked out down to that end, and we'll get to washing that here in a second. I think our tank should probably be just about full. We'll turn the tanks off, and this will be for our pressure washer when we're all ready. Yeah! Someone woke up late for work today. dirty. Okie dokie. That took less than 30 minutes, about 30 minutes. Went through here and cleaned all that wood up. Everything looks really nice through here. Nice and clean. Touched up a little bit of that vinyl. You want to be really careful with the pressure washer, especially with the turbo nozzle on vinyl. But I actually had permission to do that from here, and this is just a it's a rental. It's an investment property for this guy, so I wouldn't ever go and do that on someone's actual home with nice siding. But you can kind of see that they're just trying to do their best to mend this place and keep the appearance looking nice. We're going to come through here and 12 volt the rest of this and 12 volt everything up here. Need a little bit of that wood. You also want to be careful with the turbo nozzle on wood. The distance at which you hold that nozzle away from the material that you're washing is really going to be the difference between whether you damage something or don't. So we're not doing anything over here, so probably less than another half hour I would expect. We're just going to shoot some SH up here, rinse, probably have to put our ladder up to get up to some of these spots. Still working with the same 12 volt, still pumping. It's not doing great, but it's pumping. So we're done with our pressure washer here. Done with our pressure washer. We're gonna get ready to use these tanks here for the 12 volt system. Let's get to washing. Let's see what we can hit today with our gun, and then everything else we'll get up a little higher if we have to. Up on this fire escape actually might be a really big help, although I guess you won't know how sturdy it is to get up there, but we'll see. Either way, we'll get it done. All right, this morning I put in 10 gallons of SH. There was a couple gallons in there apparently. Hello, Mr. Ant. It's hard to tell. There might be 15 gallons in there, so I don't expect to be using anything more than a half gallon, if even that. Probably won't even see that hash mark move today, at least not on this job. Okay, let's get our hoses stretched out. All right, so I just pulled out my red line. I was going to do a little test to see how far it will go, and the pump wouldn't even turn on. So I reeled up the hose, thought that this was done for the year, but I played with the wiring. There's actually like some built-up pressure in here. I could notice how tight that this was. So I just undid the fitting here, turned the pump on, and the whole, like, it purged. There must have been, I don't know what was going on, but it's trying to prime right now. I was let's see. Trying to prime right now. See, here's the rub. The pump is still fine. There's a kink. I rolled up a kink in the line. All right, still sounds like doggy do, but it'll work. It was like trying to prime, and then it would stop. Nothing was coming out of the hose, so lo and behold, I rolled up a little kink. All right, let's just see how high this wants to go today. Bada bing. All right, so we can get the peak there at least. So let's just start right through here. Do this trim right here. when you start and reprime, it gets a little bit more pressure. Now, for those of you just tuning into my pump issues, this has been a really good 12 volt pump. It's a flow jet, 6 gallon per minute, 12 volt. It's normally I could shoot way over this peak. I haven't had an issue all summer long. If you go back to any of my other videos from May until now, that all those jobs were completed with the pump that is still running right here. We did 2-story and 3-story complexes with no issues reaching. I am just getting close to the end of my season here, and I am just not going to put a brand new pump on. I'm just not going to put a brand new pump on the truck. I have one in the back seat of the truck in case this one fails. Probably before I put that new pump on, I would just use the already used one on the water side. I'd probably just put that on the chem side, or at least just start throwing chem through that. But you know, these pumps are expensive and they're really good pumps, and I'm just not gonna, I don't want to flow chem and do a couple jobs on a brand new pump that's still in the box to use it for like a day or two. I'm just not really interested in doing that. So we are just getting things done with what we have, and what we have is fine. We can get up there. We got to work a little harder, but we're not scared of work. We're not scared of having to put in a little extra effort. Effort's free, right? When you get siding like that vinyl siding, and it just has that road dirt and stuff sit on it for that long, it's very hard to clean up. See if we can get this peak here. Yes, sir. It's just there's just not, the pump has like lost its pressure, so it's just not going as high. Normally you can get about 50 feet out of this thing, but again, you know, I mean, this is fine. I only got a couple things to do today, then we're gonna go do some apple picking. We got some family in from Texas. They want to go pick some apples. We won't be messing around with this stuff for too long today. Got one more stop after here. Okay. You can see when you step off to the side, I can see a couple spots that we didn't hit. Just got to be a little more patient. I'm being stubborn with my pump. I don't want to replace it, but you can't let that compromise the quality. So like for here, we're not going to be able to reach. We'll get up there. Let's hit all this stuff right here. We'll pop our ladder off in a minute. Get up a little higher. But I mean, we're going to be, I don't mind doing it. We're going to be out of here, and another kink in this line. The older your hoses get, the softer they are. They want kink. This hose has been through the ringer. Still flowing well. No corrosion. No issues. It's faded. That's about it. That's what's nice with these low pressure hoses, is they will basically last forever, even though I'll probably replace it before forever gets here. Like, one of the issues that I have, probably the only issue that I have with this besides the fading, is just where they clamp this. You can see there's a little break there, so next year I can just take off an inch or so and throw a barb in there. Okay, so we gotten up all the way through there. We're going to look how clean that is in the spot where the SH did hit it. So we're just going to pop a ladder up there and we'll get that cleaned up, and that took 6 minutes, so we'll be out of here pretty quick. All right, it's not a glamorous life, but it's the one that we're living. So we're good here. We're gonna come through here and rinse, get some of that lichen off. Got up there on that sketchy fire escape. Got all this vinyl through here done, this trim's dwelling. We're gonna disconnect our hose here. We'll get rinsing here in just a second. Just about done here. All we gotta do is put the ladder back. The hose is all on. Our pump just finished rinsing. All this vinyl, all this brick is nice and clean. Nice vinyl, nice brick, all the way down. Rinse the steps off. Looking good. Another quick job, not too bad. Been here maybe an hour or so, less than an hour and a half. And as expected, it looks just about the same as before we started. I mean, normally we're not using more than a gallon on a job. This was like a quarter of a job, if even that. It's like not even a quarter of a job as far as the SH usage goes. So basically finished up here, pumps rinsed, close this back up for our ride, get our ladder back on, and then we'll be out of here. Go to maybe we'll finish up another project.